Today I'm going to be showing you the social network API. So to begin, we'll start with the user routes. Our server is already running. So what we'll do is we'll run a GET request to get all the users in the database. This will return all the users with their thought, reaction, and friend information. We can also get user based on ID, and that will return a single user with their thought, reaction, and friend data. We can create a user simply with a username and an email. This email is validated to make sure that it is a valid email. And then we can update a user with that user's ID, updated user. And that will update that user's username here. We can also update their email. And the same way we update a user, we can also delete that user. And if we go in and look, that user is now gone. We can also, now to show you the thought routes, we can get all the thoughts in our database, and it's tied to the individual users. We can add a thought, and that's just a string of pretty much anything we want to say. And then it asks for the username of who's actually writing this thought, and that will connect it to, or that will add that thought and connect it to that, to the user's ID that we passed. We can find a thought by ID. So if we pull out one of these and we replace that thought ID, that's going to pull that individual thought from the database. And then we can also remove a thought. So if we go here, replace that with that new thought, that's going to remove that thought from the database. So before there's 3, now there's 2. We can also add a reaction to a thought. So if we go in here, we can replace the thought ID. This is just a reaction text and the username of who's reacting. And then if we want to remove the reaction, we take the reaction ID, we bring it over to our delete route, and we throw that reaction ID in there, and that's going to delete the reaction out of there. And then we can also add a friend. So to add a friend, we just take a user ID and another user ID, and we can combine them to make friends. And then if we want to delete that friend, we use the same user IDs, and we just send it through a delete request, and that deletes that friendship, which is there. And those are the various routes for this social network API. Thank you so much for watching.